Yeah, so we have a trade on NAS 100 futures. So I took this trade today, this afternoon. So it's a supply and demand setup. In this case, supply. So we had this. Let me show you. So we had this demand setup. Once the sales came in, broke this structure, price came down, created this supply setup. So price kept coming down, came back up to try and respect it, but did not, obviously. And price came down a bit more, created another break of structure, right here. So as it was coming down, came to here, went back up to respect this supply setup right here, this candle. So this is on my Topstep. This is trading view. So as this was playing out, I was marking my zone as well on Topstep just to see the size of the stop loss. So once the demand zone was respected, so now I'm waiting for a bearish candle close out of the zone. So at this point, I am just waiting. So the steps are: you establish your trend. It's a bearish trend coming down. Step 2, find a break of structure. So price kept breaking structures, broke another minor break of structure. Step 3, come into a demand supply zone in this case. So it needs to hold. At this point, it's here. It needs to hold this demand zone for the movement to be valid for us to enter the trade. So at this point, it's just a waiting game. This is where I was like trying to see whether it was gonna flip bearish. As you see here, I was ready to press sell if it was going to flip bearish immediately. But this is when you wait for confirmation. We still had 2 hours, 2 minutes, 45 seconds left. So I was just checking just to see how it goes. I'm still monitoring on my Topstep how it's doing. So at this point, it's just a waiting game, nothing to do. So if someone enters here, this is quite aggressive, just on the top of the supply zone. So until it flips bearish, so like here, it's almost flipping. So we are ready, but still nothing happening. We have a whole 2 minutes. So this is when you chill, still coming down. I am ready, almost flipping, I'm still looking at my time. Still 2 minutes out, 1 minute and a bit left. So still waiting, nothing's happening. So no trade until the confirmation, and the price should respect this supply zone. So as soon as price starts dumping, or at least closes below this candle, we want to see price to go downwards. Yeah, that's it. It's pretty easy when you have the discipline, but I will admit sometimes it's just crazy. I still need to get there, but slowly and steady. So at this point, I'm almost pressing the sell, but still, I'm a bit careful to not be in aggressive because price can flip. So I zoom out into the 15-minute, and I notice there's a 15-minute demand zone where it really rejected hard from. So I'm also cautious not to sell when price is about to wait. So this is why I really wait for a proper confirmation for bearish continuation, just to confirm. So check your time frames just to get more confluences and basically be confident in the trade. So 20 seconds left, as you can see here. So we're just chilling, waiting, almost getting our entry. At this point, I'm just in no rush because the market can do whatever it wants to do. So back in the 5 minute, 1 second left. So now this candle needs to do something. So as you can see, price is rejecting heavy, showing signs of rejection rather. So as soon as it comes to somewhere around here, I'm thinking I am selling, definitely selling. So now we're just waiting. I'm looking at the 15-minute time frame just to see how it looks. See, it's somehow trying to push up, but clearly that supply zone is doing its thing and holding. So as long as this zone is not invalidated, the supply setup is still valid. So keep checking your higher time frames just to see how it looks. Yeah, but we are waiting for this candle to see how it reacts, and see whether there's a potential setup here. So we are waiting. Candle keeps playing up and down. It's coming down slowly. So now I'm really waiting to execute. So let's see, when price comes up to here, at least it's showing signs of breaking this candle that tapped into our zone. So now I'm almost executing, just waiting for price to come here. That's all I'm waiting for. As you can see, I am ready to execute. Price does start having bearish pressure there. There we go.
Order filled.
So I am in. I'm adjusting my levels. So on TradingView, I want to see based on my entry. First of all, I want to go for a 1-to-1. So stop loss outside the zone, the supply zone, going for a 1-to-1. So entries and exits and levels are based on TradingView, but I like seeing it on Topstep as well, just to have a visual map. So price is going heavy downwards. So I'm thinking of adding
Order
at this
filled.
point the position I have added, as you can see down here. So because I'm going for a 1-to-1 rather than a 1-to-2, I don't mind the scaling in, because I know at 1-to-1 I am definitely exiting the trade. So just to manage risk, I put the stop loss below the current candle that's bearish at the moment. So now we wait. So let's see. This point is just a chilling game. Chilling game. So I was trying to record the screen at this point. Yeah, now we just wait. This is when you sweat and sweat and sweat, but then you just trust in your process. I was just marking up to see if I use the current candle closure as the stop loss level where the 1-to-2 would be. So it's almost at my 1-to-1. So I'm happy with that. Yeah, so trying not to be greedy. Something is telling me go for a 1-to-2, but I'm just trying not to, because you have to be disciplined, man. I've lost too many accounts not to be disciplined. I am not perfect, but I'm getting there. So now we're just waiting at this point price to do its thing. Yeah, so I'm adjusting my TP lower just in case of some weird spike going on. Sometimes price just dumps for whatever reason. So I put my TP a bit lower just in case of those weird moments. And yeah, Now you just watch, sip whatever you want to sip, chill, play music, but still managing your risk and your trade in general. So you can see here I'm battling with where to put the TP, but in my mind I'm going for a 1 to 1, sorry. I'm thinking of scaling in here. Um, so I'm waiting. At the moment I'm at 12 contracts and just want to see some bearish pressure so that I can sell a bit more to scale in, because I am definitely getting out at a 1 to 1. So just waiting now, just to see where my 1 to 2 would be. Just there. I just need to have a visual map of that level, just in case price goes there. That's why I put my TP just below the 1 to 2, just in case price dumps from there, so I can see a bit more bearish pressure coming down. So now I'm thinking, do I scale in now or what should I do? Yeah. So now I'm just seeing if I use the break of the candle, break of the candle body or the wick, just to see my levels. But I will stick with the break of the candle body towards the downside as the SL size. So yeah, now he's just waiting. 3.5 minutes on the candle. Price is still showing a good sign. I am thinking of selling more, adding more contracts. I am at 12 at the moment. And something weird happens right here. So I am at 12 contracts, but I had told myself if I get to 1 to 1, I will sell, because I have 12. I will sell half of I will buy rather, like secure some profit, half of my positions, but then I instead sell. So I don't know, it was a good accident, so to speak. So my mouse should be on buy, not sell, because I wanted to close just half of my contracts. But still, remember, we are aiming for the 1 to 1, so even scaling in up to the 1 to 1 is fine. But yeah, scaling in was a better choice. So I will remember next time. Until we get to a 1 to 1, we are okay, or just to trust the process and scale in. Once we get to 1 to 1, either fully closing the position or closing most of the position, like 75%, and trailing the rest. Of course, moving the stop loss to break even, just to manage the trade. And yeah, supply and demand is as simple as that. So first of all, establish your trend, bearish. Number 2, break of structure. Once you get your break of structure, if price gets to your zone and respects it and does not invalidate it by going through, you have a potential opportunity to go in, and immediately price just dumped right there. Yeah, and that's it. That was the trade.